question for this presenter.
Just quick one. You cited incidents that happened decades ago and in Canada and stuff. Are we seeing a problem? I mean, our guys who have been having these wells for 80, 90 years and serving those communities have not had problems. And I'm just trying to figure out what's the problem you're trying to correct, because in Pennsylvania, we really aren't experiencing that kind of a thing. And when you use force, you said about your people showing up, but the Supreme Court has already stated that when a government agent shows up, it's implied use of force. And the kind of things that we heard here today don't bode well for what you were saying about being helpful. But what exactly are you what is the issue that you're trying to correct? Because
Sure.
we see, I mean, we've got experiences with 80, 90-year-old wells serving adequately with no problems.
Sure. No, very, very good question. So a lot of the work that we do is absolutely preventative. If you construct a well properly in the first place, it's more likely to be protective of shallow surface water, on-lot septic systems that may be malfunctioning, runoff from a nearby farm that has a lot of manure on it. So a lot of what we do is preventative in nature. We do see the need for boil water advisories practically every other week at some place across the state. So we are issuing water supply warnings somewhere across the state practically every other week. So we do encounter problems, and oftentimes
Are those, excuse me, are
yes.
those, like the ones that I've seen out west have generally been with municipal water systems? Is that correct?
So no, we do also issue water supply warnings at non-community water systems as well. And oftentimes it's because they've detected E. coli in their source water, or it's a facility that put treatment on and they had a treatment breakdown, so their disinfectant is no longer working. There could be a multitude of reasons, but we do have a lot of water supply warnings.
Do you have a list of those?
Every week. I can certainly pull a list for you.
I'd love to see
Do you want
those warnings issued for the last year and who they were issued to, because the only ones I've seen out west have been to municipal water systems.
Sure.
Thank you. That would be.
So just getting back to the problem that we're trying to solve, we can't monitor for everything, and even the 90 contaminants that are mentioned that are required to monitor, some of those are surrogates. We rely on total coliform bacteria as the surrogate to tell us whether or not that water source is susceptible to all kinds of nasty pathogens, viruses, hepatitis, norovirus. There are tons of viruses that can survive in water, and if they are getting into shallow surface water through a malfunctioning septic system, they can definitely get into a person's well. The CDC has some really interesting statistics that I would be glad to share with you as well that talk about what they believe is the true incidence of illness across the country. Because I can tell you, not everybody that gets a stomach bug or has an intestinal issue goes to the doctor. And if they don't go to the doctor, there's no way to document how and why they got sick. Most folks just, brush that off that they ate something bad, when it certainly could have been something in their drinking water.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.